Hey, what's going on? It's Raza over here coming to you on my pages. If you don't know who I am, I usually am here on social media on these pages, on YouTube, on Twitter, everywhere to share some insights with you in the marketing world and the personal performance world, and really helping you get stuff done, sell more of your stuff, and grow a thriving business. Listen, one of the things that I really wanted to talk about, just want to make sure that my right microphone is connected. Yes, we're good. The real question is this: as a business, as an investor, as someone whose success lies in getting in front of the right people, people who will do business with us, how do we break through obscurity? How do we break through the noise? How do we showcase our message, our opportunities, and our offers in front of the right people? That is the question, and this show has the answer. My name is Raza Aziz. Welcome to The Bold Entrepreneur. You know, there are so many times I have come across people who already have existing offers. Either they're authors or coaches, consultants, affiliate marketers who are promoting and offer a product or service. And even at times, many of the offline entrepreneurs and business owners as well, and I always see them struggling in three areas. Number one, they don't feel like they're getting an ROI on their social media posting. Have you ever felt like you have been posting stuff online on your social media platforms and just not getting any results, not selling any of your offers, not connecting with people are not messaging you, and so on and so forth? Have you ever felt that? If you have, listened closely, have you ever done paid advertising, whether you've done on YouTube or on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, or any of these platforms? Have you ever spent money and never seen, or seen any results of your ad spend? You haven't gotten a return on your ad spend. Or really, a lot of times people are creating content, but every time you go to create content, do you ever stop and just constantly be thinking about, is like, what am I supposed to post today? What's going to make a difference? And then you just end up posting picture of your food and where you're at and all that kind of stuff. So if that describes any of you, I want to share some things with you. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover it in one video, but I want to share a kind of three-part framework with you that might help you. And this is something that I'm helping affiliate marketers, authors, coaches, consultants, self-employed professionals with as well. Just got a new app coming that will be coming out and be announced soon as well. So, but I wanted to give you some context around it. And this way, at least you will know, why is it that your efforts may not be producing results, how to stop spinning your wheels and really create traction with the content that you're creating. Okay. So for that, what I've done is I've got my whiteboard here and I'm going to be sharing my screen with you. Okay. So hopefully this is going to work out. So let's see. All right. So hang on, let me share my screen with you. Where am I here? Okay. While I bring my screen up, I want to share this with you. After spending, tens of thousands of dollars over the past years, learning marketing, I've gone and seeked out authors and people who run companies and learn from them, piggyback on them. I'm part of masterminds of business owners who are masters of their craft. And these guys spend like, hundreds of thousands of dollars on advertising and social media efforts and all of that stuff. So the knowledge that I'm bringing to you is coming from all this arena. And of course, myself as well, implementing some of the principles that I'll be sharing with you about, and speaking in front of hundreds and thousands of people around North America, Europe, Africa. And I feel like a lot of self-employed professionals and entrepreneurs are just not getting a return on their investment, a return on their efforts. And this may be the missing piece. So hopefully you can see my screen right now. I'm just going to be scribbling on here. So let's dive right into it. Okay, so let's talk about this. So we want to talk about, I know it's not a secret that I'm a huge fan of social media marketing. Okay, I'm a huge fan of running paid ads as well. Um, but I'm going to put it in asterisk beside this. Okay. But there is a third component that I'm going to come to in just a moment. But let's start with the paid ads. And one of the things that I see many people start doing is they, have an offer, they have products or services, and they want to tap into the audiences, then they go directly in paid ads and they create ads. Those ads are like, whatever, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10 minutes long, and people spend hundreds and thousands of dollars and not see any traction on those ads. And there is a reason why that is happening, especially right now. You see, the world, couple of things that have happened recently that I want to highlight for you. Let me just change my pen color here. So number one is, since 2020, we all know what happened in 2020. The world changed and everyone went online. Not only the people who were already online at that time, but also businesses who were struggling to do business in the real world. I guess not the virtual world, like the physical world. They started jumping online too, and people whose job was impacted, they started getting into opportunities like network marketing, affiliate marketing. They found affiliate products that they wanted to promote, so they jumped in online as well. So everybody was online, and the world changed. And then when everybody stepped into the online world, it just started creating a lot of noise. So the consumer behavior started changing as well. I don't know, that's my consumer. Consumer behavior, the way they interact with offers started changing as well. Now, just as, we were starting to, I mean, a lot of people, found their groove and they started building their businesses. Some people were struggling. Well, just when we thought we were finding our footing, second thing happened in November 2022. Do you know what happened? This is where Chat GPT came out completely and fully, and everyone was all about Chat GPT. Some people were worried about how this is going to impact my job. Some people were started using it to amp up their marketing and all of that stuff. So again, the consumer, because there's so much noise, the people who could potentially buy your products and services are looking at you completely differently. They are trying to get through all of this noise that is created inside of the world right now, that we call like the online marketing world. Now, the question is, how do you cut through the noise? Okay, so let's talk about paid ads. One of the things that I've noticed is that traditional ads, creating like a 3 to 5 minute or longer ad, is just not working for most people. There are still people who can make it work, and again, it's a combination of having the right audience, having a right niche, having a right message, and all of that stuff. But let's just talk about the majority of the people. Majority of the people are not finding success in the online advertising world because, again, of one, so much money and everybody advertising. Plus, the consumer doesn't trust you. If you're not an established brand and if you don't show up professionally with all of your branding and all of that stuff, chances are you are getting hurt. And this is where you can end up spending not only just hundreds of dollars, but thousands of dollars and not see any results. So the question is, how do you go about penetrating the paid advertising world? So what I want to do in this portion is I want to give you three types of content that you need to create on social media that you will be able to leverage in the online advertising world. Okay. So let's talk about that. So I think this video, I'm just going to keep it focused on paid ads and the three types of content that you need to create in order to leverage paid ads. Okay. And then the other videos, I'll talk about the other stuff. So let's talk about this. Number one is you want to start creating, first of all, this particular, when it comes to paid ads, you want to definitely look at creating videos. Okay. Now, videos, it allows you to build trust a lot faster. It allows you to produce content faster as well. And if you're not comfortable with creating videos right now, I can help you with that. We'll talk about that in a separate video, but know that that's what needs to be created. Now, when I say videos, I'm not talking about 3 to 5 minute videos that you are used to being told that you need to create. What I'm talking about is you need to create 1 minute to 1 minute 30-second videos. Okay, these are short videos. These are like TikTok kind of reels, or the reels and all of that stuff. So between 45 seconds to a minute and a half, that's what you're really looking at. Now, in each of these videos, there are three categories of content that you want to create. Number one is you're going to create what we call a why content. Okay. Now, what is this why content? The why content is really you're showcasing your beliefs and your values to people. Have you ever heard of the saying that people don't do business with you because of what you do, people do business with you because of why you do what you do, right? And if you want a great resource on this one, Simon Sinek has written a great book titled Start with Why. Right. So read it, understand it. There's a 20-minute, 17-minute TEDx talk that he has created as well on this. It's absolutely great. So check that out. And if you have seen it, let me know in the comments that you have seen it as well. So why you're doing this is because in order for you to separate yourself, because there are a lot of other people who do what you do, in order for you to separate yourself from others who do what you do, is you want to start showcasing why you do what you do, what are your beliefs, what are your values, and so on and so forth. Now, these you want to do in short, 1 minute to 1 minute 30-second video. Let me give you a framework of what this video could look like. Now, this is something that I've seen, one of my mentors, his name is Ken. He's talked about that as well. There's a gentleman by the name of Dennis. He talks about this as well. So you want to create this video would be something like, when I was, right? So you start with a story. When I was the president of Students Council in high school, right? And then you relate, when you were that. Then you talk about what happened, right? And then what did you learn? And now, right? Now, what do you believe or what do you value, right? So when I was this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. I learned. So this is the I learned part. I learned. I could do a better job. Let me just write this again for you. Okay. So again, we start with when I was ... I learned, what was the lesson that you learned? And now I believe or I value. Okay. So again, something in minute to minute 30-second. I'll tell you why we're creating this. We're creating this kind of content so the people that follow you start getting to know you. Not only that, actually, I'm going to come back to that. So not only that, but what we're also going to do as you get used to producing this kind of content, we're going to look at what your interests are. Right. So what are you interested in? Yes, of course, you're doing business online, but what are your other interests? Like, for example, me, I do business online, and at the same time, I'm interested in topics like marketing, high performance, emotional intelligence, fitness, raising teens. I've got a teenage daughter, raising teens and being a good parent, like, those kind of things. I'm interested in those. So we look at what your interests are. We also look at who are the other experts in your area. Okay, so your area of expertise. So who are the other experts? And I'll tell you why we're doing this. We're doing this because we're going to take this videos, and as you start creating multiple of these videos, we look at which videos are performing organically on your page. And then what we do is, this is where we allocate some money and we boost them and create ads around it. Okay. Now, I want to make sure that I put an asterisk beside this. This is not something that you start doing tomorrow. There's a caveat to it. Okay. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. So, what you're doing is you're starting to build your audience. But when you start creating these videos that showcase your belief and value, you take these videos, the videos that are performing organically, and you boost it to these audiences. Now, in Facebook, you can create ads and boost your post to these people's audiences. This allows you to create synergy with other people and bring them into your world. Okay. So again, there's no call to action over here. There's no like, go buy my stuff, go watch my webinar, get a copy of my book, join my coaching program. There's no offer in there. All you're doing is just showcasing this, and you're building your following based on your beliefs and based on your values. Okay. Are you with me so far? Yeah, hopefully. So once you've done that, okay, there are other kinds of videos that you are going to create as well. So this is the second category of videos that you are going to create. This is what I call the how-to videos. Okay. Now, what is the point of how-to videos? Again, a minute to minute 30 seconds. What is the point of how-to videos? How-to videos, not only with the first why videos, you're creating a connection with strangers and building your audience and bringing them into your world. But with this how-to video, you showcase your expertise. You showcase how you do what you do, right? So this is where the how-to videos are, how you practice gratitude, how do you create a vision board? How do you help your clients buy an investment property? How do you build your business? How do you coach your clients? Like, how do you, stay positive in an economy that is depressed? How do you tackle recession? Like those kind of things. Like, these are little snippets of things that people like, oh, you know what? That was kind of cool. Oh, I like that. I like that. This, when you keep doing that over time, it starts building trust with your audience. And that's the key thing that is missing from 90% of the pages for many of the affiliate marketers that I've noticed, many of the self-employed professionals, authors, coaches, consultants, all of that stuff. I feel like that they're great at, showcasing their lifestyle and like, look at me, I've done this and all of that stuff. It's really great. Thank God for this. All those things are great, but they don't really showcase, one, they don't showcase their beliefs and their values enough. Number two, they don't do how-to videos. I gave an example. I was doing a training just recently, and I was asking the audience, like, which doctor would you trust? If there was a doctor who was doing a lot of, how-to video, how to stay fit and healthy, how not to have higher levels of cholesterol or blood pressure or something like that, and he or she did short videos, and you gained a lot of insights. And every so often the doctor showed, hey, here's my office, this is where I meet the patients. Like, oh, today was a jam-packed day, I saw 16 patients in 8 hours, right? Like, that kind of stuff. So lifestyle and, behind the scenes and all of that stuff. Compare that to the other doctor, where the other doctor is just focused on their lifestyle. They're just talking about, it's like, hey, here's my car, I just came to the practice, and I love helping people and it's really great. And see you later. Oh, and here I am eating some healthy food. And here is my restaurant. Here's my home. Here's my kids and all of that stuff. Which doctor would you build more trust with? The doctor who's actually giving you the how-to tips, right? And focusing and helping you make sure that you may not do business with that doctor, or you may not go see that doctor, but you gain a ton of value and you follow them every time they're going live. You kind of tune in because you're going to get some insight. Or the doctor who's just showing some inspirational content and showcasing their lifestyle and all of that stuff, right? So it really makes sense to help your audience get into the how to as well, okay, because that will help you build trust with that audience. Now, let me go to number 3, and then I'm going to talk about how these ads will come into play. So number 3 kind of content is, this is where, what I call the what content. This is your call to action. This is where you're asking people to go watch my webinar, come to my clinic, download this book, get a copy of my book, call me, book a call with me. Like, you're creating call to actions. Again, these are also 1 minute to 1 minute 30-second videos that you are creating. Now, well, this is how they are very strategic. This level of video, the why videos, and let me change my pen color over here. So these why videos create awareness. So this is where you use these kind of videos to build audience, grow your audience, continue to do that. These kind of videos build trust with your audience. Okay. So this is where you are starting to bring them into your world because you're preparing them for a call to action. So this is where you are doing conversion. Okay. Now, how you want to start using the ad strategy where you have an ad budget that you are allocating is what you do. As I mentioned to you, number 1 is you're going to remember, the caveat is you are creating content consistently. Do not start boosting and creating ads if you are not creating these kind of videos consistently. Let me say that again. Do not start boosting posts and creating ads and spending your hard-earned money on ads, because it's not going to work. You have to get into a discipline of doing these kind of videos, these 3 categories of videos on a consistent basis. Those that perform organically better than the other ones are the ones that you are going to boost and use as ads. Now, this is how it works. What we do is we boost this video right here, the why video. Now, to which audience? This is where targeting comes into play. To this audience that has the same interest as you, and to this audience of people who they follow the experts that you follow as well, like the people who are in the same industry, but these guys are ahead of them. There's a very psychological reason that I'm having you do that. Maybe I'll leave that for another day. Okay. Now, as you are doing that, you continue to create how-to videos, those that are performing organically. Again, I keep highlighting this because I know some of you, what you're going to do. You're going to start boosting your posts. You're going to burn your money, and it's not going to work. You have to keep producing this for at least a month and then see organically which ones are performing. And then here's what you do with the how-to videos and the what videos. What you do is you retarget these videos to people who have seen your first video. In Facebook, you can create ads that are based on video views. So you say that anybody who has seen this video right here, if they've seen like 30 seconds of it or whatever, then show them my video number 2. And people who have seen video 1 and video 2, show them video number 3. And by the way, when we're talking about what kind of ad budget you need, you really need to allocate at the beginning only about $1 to $2 per video per day. Are you guys getting this? Right? Hope this is helping you. Let me just stop sharing my screen and come back to the main screen over here with you. So hope that makes sense to you, right? So in this particular video, this is part of the series of 3 videos that I want to create. And this one, we're just talked about how do you get a better a return on your ad spend? How do you make sure that the videos and the content that you are creating to do advertising on, you already know that organically it is performing, and then you allocate some money to it. Okay. And I'm not even talking about a huge budget right now. I'm just talking about making sure that you allocate $1 to $2 per day to these videos and only have people see video 2 and 3, people who have seen video 1 and then video 2 and 3. Okay. Hope this makes sense. What I'm going to do is in the next video, I want to talk about something that needs to happen before you implement the strategy. Okay. So this is the final piece. This is part of the fuel that you are going to use to a content that already exists on social media. Okay, so this is the fuel part. And in my next video, I'm going to talk about the precursor to this, what that looks like, and how you can systematize it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please put in the comments if you have any questions, you understand it. If you want to work closely with me, I'm going to be talking about that as well later on. But hopefully this is making sense to you and you picked up some gold nuggets. Have a good one. I'll see you again on another topic where we're talking about the precursor to this thing. Have a good one.